Hey everybody, it's Tia DeShay. Today is Sunday, April 17th, 2020. It is 10:59 a.m. and this is the 40-day prosperity plan demonstration brought to you by Selah Leadership Academy for creative and intuitive studies, an educational component of Tia DeShay LLC. This video presentation is brought to you by or is taken from The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. You are encouraged to purchase this book, read it in its entirety, and then come back to this video series, this video presentation, and use this video presentation as a supplement to what you have read. It's not to serve as a substitute. It's not to serve as a replacement. It's just to serve as a supplement to serve as to provide additional information or additional insight to what you've already read. The agenda for today's video presentation is protection prayer, meditation, prosperity checklist, statement of principle, gratitude, and resources. The protection prayer is brought to you by James Freeman. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. Let it be as it was said and written unto you and unto me. Ashe and amen. And it is done. All right, meditation, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. What do I know of God? God is life. Life is omnipresent. All is alive. I see this in the wonders of nature. I see this in myself. I am alive because I am life. My life is God's life. My life is God. I feel my livingness within me. I feel God. My awareness of God is growing. God is love. I feel love in my heart and know that this is the very spirit of God flowing through my feeling nature. I cannot love without God. I love, therefore I am one with God. My understanding of God is growing. God is wisdom and intelligence. God is mind, and I sense the infinite knowingness of that mind within me. I think, I know, and that with which I think and know is God's mind in expression. My knowledge of God is growing. Where is God? God is where I am. God is what I am. I am an individualization of God, and the Spirit of God dwells within me. As me, I am the light of the world. I turn within to the light and say, Thou art the Christ, the Spirit of the living God. You are my spirit, my soul, my body. When I look at thee, I see me, and I listen in the silence for the acknowledgement from within. I am now conscious of God, of my Christ self. I am the Christ of God, the truth of God, the self of God. Through this consciousness of the reality of me, I open the door to spirit. I draw into my mind and feeling nature the wholeness of spirit, the allness of God, and my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. I now know that there is nothing that I could truly desire that is not at this very moment standing at the door of my consciousness, ready to appear in my life and affairs. I have only to be conscious of this truth, and every need is met, every problem solved, every question answered. My consciousness of God within is all I will ever need for all eternity. Breathe in and breathe out. Prosperity checklist. Is my primary interest in realizing the presence of God, or is it in meeting a financial problem? Am I still concentrating on the effect money, or am I focusing my attention on cause spirit? Am I willing to take my stand and prove God once and for all as my all-sufficiency? Have I devoted the necessary time to meditating on the spirit within as the source of my prosperity? Am I conscious of the inner presence as my abundance? Do I have the understanding that my consciousness of the presence is my supply? Am I trying to demonstrate money or develop a greater consciousness of abundance? Have I accepted the truth that the living presence within me is my all-sufficiency and that the activity of this infinite mind is meeting every need at this moment? Have I accepted the truth that the living presence within me is my all-sufficiency and that the activity of this infinite mind is meeting my every need at this moment? Have I identified myself with my all-sufficient self so that I can say with great conviction, I am abundance? Knowing that my consciousness of the indwelling presence is my supply, can I now affirm and believe the truth that I have abundance? Can I see myself fulfilled and enjoying lavish abundance in my life and affairs? Have I truly expressed a feeling of love for the visions of wholeness and completeness that I see in my visualizations? Do I intuitively feel that spirit has manifest as my all-sufficiency, even though the results may still be invisible? Have I spoken the word, it is done? Have I totally surrendered all my needs, desires, fears, and concerns to the presence within? Have I expressed a deep sense of gratitude to the spirit within before my good comes forth into visible manifestation? Is my heart overflowing with thankfulness and joy the majority of my waking hours? Am I listening to the voice within for guidance and instructions regarding any action that I am to take in the outer world? Am I following thought with that action? Have I totally forgiven everyone and everything in my consciousness? Am I practicing unconditional love with everyone in my life? Have I maintained a state of secrecy regarding the use of spiritual principles in the demonstration of my supply? Knowing the reality within all and the truth about all, can I see everyone on this planet as abundantly supplied with every good thing, regardless of appearances? Do I desire for everyone else that which I desire for myself? Am I a joyful giver? Do I freely share my money on a regular basis, knowing that as I give, so shall I receive, pressed down and running over? Have I done all that I can do to improve my relationship with my children? In my personal relationship with my mate or love partner, do I care more about his or her feelings and welfare than I do my own? Am I working to overcome any problems related to my sex life? Am I involved in a meaningful activity for creative self-expression? Am I working on my life plan to see myself as whole and complete in every area of my life? The more questions you have answered yes, the richer you are in mind and manifestation. Statement of Principle, Day 37. This is our last weekend together. We are on day 37. We have 3 more days before our 40-day prosperity plan demonstration is complete. The divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true abundance, its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not mine. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting God appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. Remember, when abundance shows up in your life, it is God. It is God expressing. You're seeing God in expression. That's why I said some time ago in one of the videos that when you see money come in your life, you're seeing God, because that is in our third dimensional realm. Money is one way that we associate with abundance, with prosperity. Money is a symbol of that. That's one way that we know, or that we acknowledge that wealth and abundance is present in our life, is through money. So when we see money, we're seeing God, because that is one symbol, one tangible object that represents money, wealth, and prosperity. So therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting God appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. So however God wants to show up as abundance and all-sufficiency, accept it. Don't question it. Don't put instructions on it. Accept it. God may show up as abundance as a penny on the ground. That's abundance. You have 1 cent more than what you had before you found that penny. If God shows up as a coupon, if God shows up as someone holding the door for you and you have an arm full of bags, if God shows up as someone letting you go ahead of them in line, you only have like 2 items and they have a basket full of items and they let you go ahead of them. If, you know, you're at the store, you purchase, for instance, a friend of mine yesterday, I was talking to him and he, was purchasing some sunglasses and he was expecting to pay $20 for the sunglasses, and he gets to the register and he ended up only paying like $8 and some change. However, God chooses to express abundance and all sufficiency in your life and affairs, accept it. Like I said, don't put stipulations on it. Don't put instructions on it. Don't put expectations on it. Just know that it is the God within you. It is God within you. It is God's responsibility to express abundance in your life. It's your responsibility to accept that. When you accept that, it becomes easier for you to start following your intuition, to start following the thoughts and the actions the thoughts that are in your mind, or that appear or that come into your mind. Because you know it's going to lead to abundance. When you know that it's the God within you's responsibility to show up and express abundance on a constant basis, then you start to pivot the way you think about and look at situations in your life, because no matter what the situation looks like, one of the end results is abundance. It's always going to be abundance. You're going to gain more at the end of this situation than what you had before. Because remember, abundance can come in the form of wisdom, lessons learned. That's abundance. So don't put a cap or a limit on how God chooses to express abundance and all sufficiency in your life. Accept it. And don't think of it as insignificant. Don't think of it as, oh, this is nothing. I've seen on Pinterest and YouTube and on the internet, people do gratitude jars, for an entire year, things that they're thankful for. And then at the end of the year, they look at the gratitude jar. That's one way of measuring abundance in your life. Keeping a gratitude journal. That's a way of measuring abundance in your life. For those of you who are like me that are visual and you need a constant reminder of how abundance is showing up in your life. So statement of principle, day 37, the divine consciousness that I am is forever expressing its true nature of abundance. This is its responsibility, not mine. My only responsibility is to be aware of this truth. Therefore, I am totally confident in letting go and letting God appear as the abundant all-sufficiency in my life and affairs. Thank you so much for allowing Selah Leadership Academy for creative and intuitive studies and assisting you in your transformation. Thank you for being with me for it's really been more than 37 days because I did some videos as an intro to this process. But if you just started with me just for the 40-day prosperity plan demonstration, thank you for being with me all the way up until today, which is day 37. Thank you for watching the videos, for meditating on the videos, liking it, subscribing, returning subscribers. Thank you. I know that you learned something. You know, something, a light bulb or something went off in you, that it awakened or shifted some energy within you, to get you to look into this a little more, to delve into this a little more, and to realize how prosperous you have always been. If you would like to utilize any of my services, you may do so at tiadeshay.com. You can download my app, Mirror Moments app, on iOS and Android, and utilize my services on my app. You can take my classes at Udemy under Reverend Deandra Everhart. And my books are on Amazon. If you type in Tia DeShay, you can purchase my books. I am a poet, so I have books of poetry, and I have books on spirituality, on practical spirituality, like how you can incorporate spirituality, metaphysics in your everyday life, where it doesn't require, this grand, elaborate altar, but it's just very simple ways that you can integrate metaphysics and spirituality in your life, because these are things that you're already doing anyway. So it's not going to disrupt your lifestyle too much. It just requires some discipline and carving out some time for you to engage in these practices. That's it. All right. So until tomorrow, be blessed.